Hello scrappers. I had a subscriber ask about a video tearing down a refrigerator. So here I've got a I didn't bring my, yeah I did. Swing around here, got my magnet. Which a lot of times in your older ones, these here will be possibly aluminum. Here they're plastic. Of course you got your compressor in the back, and a lot of times these are tin magnet sticks. So those are tin in this one. Sometimes they're aluminum, so it's always good to check them. And we got this side by side here. Got paperwork in the door. Thought that's fine to pick it up for scrap. It's got paperwork, I guess, in case you want to fix it. And the door here, looking at that, it's plastic. So none of that's aluminum. But I always check it because a lot of times, you know, they are aluminum, and sometimes they'll have trim on the front of the shelves, so it's always good to check them. And sometimes, yeah, might save some of these tubs. It looks like a whole roll of plastic tubing back there for the. Looks like a vent in the side. Another thing, ice maker. Just going to pull the ice tray out, and up here you got an ice maker. So it's probably got one screw or something in there. Get it out, and then you look there in the back behind these shelves, you see a metal plate. And actually the magnet's not sticking to that, so it's an aluminum plate. It looks like it's got, I can see 6 screws there right now, and then probably some in behind that little bottom tote here. Now it looks like just 6 that I can see. So I'm going to pull these shelves out. Behind that should be an aluminum coil, and that's where the cold air is made at. And then there may be some in behind that, but a lot of times I don't bother pulling that out. The price of aluminum is so low right now. But I'll go ahead and get that opened up, and where I can show you guys. And also around the back, got the cover on there. I'll get that off. And of course, the freezer is set up pretty good. Everything's just right there. So I'll stop the video right now and get things turned around, set up and whatnot, and then I'll start the video back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. Get that cover off, and I'll have to look and see what it's going to take to pull that out. Probably just grab it and pull. Probably put some pins or gloves on. One thing I noticed while I was down there on my knees pulling that cover off, down here, these down on these doors down here, actually metal, as you can see. Magnet doesn't stick to that, and here's that piece I just took off the door. Magnet's not sticking, so that is definitely aluminum. So, let me see. I'll pull the tripod over here real quick. Stick this on the tripod so I have 2 hands. Hopefully you can see in there. Let's see, got the door. So got them off of there. Now I'll toss them up there. One thing, if you're new to scrapping, a lot of times you need places to put stuff. So sometimes these little bins that go on the door, they make nice little, you know, whatnot holders, screws, bolts. You can put your small coppers stuff into them or whatever, organize them. So I always try to hang on to a few of them, but I got a few in there. I might keep these, so they do come in handy. Okay, I'll go ahead and see what it takes to get that thing out of there. Put that back in the door for right now. That really, yeah, looks like I'll get some gloves on, yank that out of there, but I don't think it's going to be too much in there. And a couple copper lines right there at the top, and got a little bitty fan in there too, so doesn't look like there's too much in there. But I'll get some gloves on and come back, and then I'll also tear into this. I get this set up where I can get the compressor off. I'll go ahead and throw that aluminum into the barrel, and I'll rejoin here in a few minutes. And back again. As you can see, I got that aluminum out of there. Might as well pull these door trays out real quick. Toss them aside. Now that one doesn't have a bottom, so I'm leaving that. Okay, anyway, had to yank this out. Now here you got some copper, and then you got some aluminum. So I try to do is cut as much of that copper out. I'll get this heat shrink off of there, and try to get what clean copper I can. Then I cut the other little piece off, and I set it aside. It's basically a dirty copper, got a little aluminum in with it, and that way you have clean aluminum here. Now you got a thermostat rod that goes completely around this thing, so you got to pull it off. It goes through these loops down here. There's a couple little clips here on the bottom, and they're bent around. So I'll probably just take some dikes and cut down, and then just slide that off of there. And then this didn't come out with it, so I had to just get a hold of it separately and pull it out. I just got in there, got a pretty good grip on the motor, and yanked it out of there. It's got that big heavy copper going around it. It's got almost a transparent case on it, and you can almost see pretty well see the copper inside that thing. So plastic hanging onto the plastic bracket, and the whole thing just fell right off. Fell right out of my hand. Anyway, that's out. So I'll walk over here and set this in the tripod, and we'll pull this compressor out of this freezer. I'm going to try to set this tripod up, camera up, where you can see what I'm doing. I got it up pretty high. I don't have the big monitor set up out here, so I'll try to get a view of what you're doing, what I'm doing. But there's a couple lines here. Where to put the magnets? Over there, of course. Yeah, see, we got rain coming in. I was looking at radar earlier. So got a heavy, thick bolt coming off of there. Then we got copper. I'm trying to check all these lines. Got one line here. It's painted. Not sure if you can see that, and it's 10. Magnet is sticking. I'll get around here and look at the monitors. As you can see, this white line here, the magnet is sticking, and you got this thick spot. And what I do, I'll cut it right here. This one, I got copper here, and then I got a spot where it's brazed on. So what I'll do, I'll probably just cut it back here, and not worry, or somewhere right in there, not worried about it. And try to pull everything off. I'll try to get in there with the drill, Phillips bit and unscrew all that stuff. This line here is tin, so and a little bit of copper there, so I cut it off. Sometimes I cut right at the tin, then when I'm cleaning up the copper, I'll cut it close, and I'll have that one little piece that's going to be dirty. Down here we got a plug that goes to the light. It shows that it's got power. Yeah, I got a few wires there, not much, not a whole lot to these, but I got a pretty good little piece of copper right there. So I'll get this in the tripod. I'll get that done, then I'll cut it off and I'll flip that side by side on end. So, I brought a little pan out. There's one copper line that goes right up into the bottom here. So I always try to cut it as close as I can to where it goes in. The more copper we can salvage, the better. Cut the zip tie. A lot of times you can straighten that out and pull that right off of there. Got a little pan over there to throw the good copper in. Yeah, we'll cut this one off of here. Yeah, sometimes I'll get that little bit. Get a bucket. I got one deal in there. It's just dirty copper. It's got some's got tin in it. Some's got aluminum. Man, that one. I may have to go get my little bitty bolt cutters. And you're looking at the sky. I'm going to pause this real quick. Hey, back again. I don't know if you can see that piece right there or not. Try to pull it out here a little bit. Kind of missed the big monitor. Well, that piece is being tough. There we go. Now it's going to be a piece of dirty copper. I'll cut this one over here. It's a pretty good chunk of copper there. It's got that line going down it, so a lot of that'll be not sure if I can get into that with the Phillips. This plate right here. Let me give it a shot. Yeah, I got that one. Trying to make sure I don't drop screws out here because I drive around out here a lot. Got to mow this area too, and out there looking at the mowers today. I think I got a couple out there I can probably drag up here, air the tires up, see if they're any good, see if they hold air very long. If they do, I'll pull them off and put them on my little John Deere. Plug off. So I got a trash can there. Clip right there. Get that plug off of there. There's all the wiring. Put that aside. Okay, basically all we have now is a compressor. A lot of times these have a 7/16. Back the tripod up, make sure you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if I can zoom in a little bit on that. So what I like to use on that is one of these ratchet wrenches. I usually try to start with the bottom one first. Otherwise, you start with the top one. You get both top ones out, the thing's going to tilt back, and then it's going to probably be harder to get to them. I've got a 5-gallon bucket in the shop. That one doesn't have a screw. I've got the 5-gallon bucket with a piece of expanded metal over the top of it, and I'll set this in there and let it drain into the bucket. And then take the oil from the compressors, mix it with the motor oil, and use it in that waste oil burner. Out. Set it down there. Okay, so we got that part. So I'll go ahead and pause this video again. I'll get this freezer moved up and out of the way, and I'll get that side by side flipped upside down. You younger guys, you probably don't have to, you're a lot more flexible. You can probably get down there and do a lot of this stuff, but I find it easier to go ahead and get it propped up on something. I've got this old metal frame here. Works pretty good for this. Gets a little more comfortable working height, don't have to bend over, lay on the ground, whatever. So I'm gonna get that one, this one back upright and get that one flipped over, and then I'll be back. Okay, scrappers, I'm back. I decided not to put this one up on the stand because it's really not too bad. I'll have to check this nut on the end of the water line. You can see the cooling coil down there. So those are 10. And little plastic caps, they slide right off. If they don't, just take a box knife, cut it. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now a whole lot. We've got a copper line coming out of here, coming down. We've got our little fan. It's one of the newer styles. I don't know if there's copper inside that. I've never really tore into one of those. I've got a couple of them around, but it may come in handy if you just need a fan. We got the little water inlet. A lot of times on these water inlets they just have one deal. Here, this one's got two, but you got a little piece of brass right here, taking a 1/2 inch. Zoom back out here. I can tell that one's brass, it's brass colored. This other one might be chrome. Yeah, magnet's not sticking, so. And we got a little copper thermostat tube. So I'll go ahead and put this in the tripod and see if we can't get it out. And got a little bit of insulation right here on the bottom. If I pull it off, or I can get in there. So I'll put this in the tripod and we'll get after it here. Not sure how much you can see. Don't have the best lighting. I got these. I don't know what I do with my other ones. Okay, that's all copper. That one's all copper. That one's all copper. Yeah, I don't know what I did with my side cutters. I got these little miniature bolt cutters. Another thing, these things go back here. Into that coil. And see the magnet sticking right here. Starts sticking right about here to there. So I'll cut it right about the bend. I'll throw that into the magnetic tray since that's got some tin on it. Try to reach in here and cut that one go down way down here. I'll cut it right at the bend so I'm not getting the magnetic part. This one here is one that comes around to here. Some little clips here with our wire on it. Usually these modules on here, they usually have some copper in them, but something we'll check out. It might not. Let's see. Take this Phillips bit off of there, put a 1/4 inch on. Clips out of the way and sometimes I think I might use the fan to try to cut the wires a little longer. Clip everything right at the back of the plug there. Apparently this had 2 water lines running up. Probably one for the ice maker and another water line for water in the door. probably why it had two of these solenoids. Okay, there's our little bit of wire, not a whole lot. And I guess next I'll get this compressor out of here, then I can get down in there with the drill and take this whole bracket out with the hands. So then again, 7/16 ratchet wrench. If you're enjoying my videos, learning anything, go ahead and like and share. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more when I can get them made and get them uploaded. Right now my upload speed is very terrible with DSL. It's hard to get a hold of that one. But they're putting fiber in out here in my area. And I think the fiber's only going to be a few dollars more than what I'm paying now. I think my upload speed when I checked it was like 0.07. So yeah, pretty slow. That one's loose. So if I do a 20-minute video, it might take 2 hours to upload it. For some reason, even if I put it down in the same format I put the ones from this camcorder, it takes even longer for the ones with the GoPro. So I'm wondering if it's set at, I'm pretty sure that thing's set at 30 frames a minute. But now I can get in here to these brackets. Time to be careful not to drop the screws. I have to go get my magnet and hunt it down. Okay. There it is. There's the fan. I guess if you need a nice little fan while you're out there working, this might work all right. So that's all there is to that. Now what I'll do, I'll put all the shelving back in and stuff before I take it to the yard. And thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you. Got a little bit done. I figure I'll work 3-4 more hours out here. I got some other stuff I'll work on, but I'll get off here right now, and I don't know how long this video is, but all this probably pretty long. So I'll get off here, keep living the life, and happy scrapping. Bye bye.